Welcome to the first Cali Q Games Award. Yes, make some noise, make some noise. Here's our amazing trophies that we're going to be giving out this year. And I just wanted to get you guys ready with my nominees for my categories. Now, disclaimer, we're going to do a couple things different here on this channel because it's my channel and not no one else's. I like to do things very unique and I play the games. This awards show is based off of the games that I have personally played. I'm not including everything like everything else. So if you want to see other game awards and shows, go there. But for me, we're gonna do things my way over here on the Cali Q community. All right, now listen, I got 4 categories that I want to go over with you guys. Okay, we have best JRPG. I know a lot of you guys want to know that. Best fighting game. You gotta have best fighting game in there because this is partly also what my channel is about. And we have most anticipated for number 3. And then for number 4, we have my game of the year across all genres. So I know y'all excited. I know you're hyped. And if you don't see the game you like, when the award show actually come out, there will be a section for my subscribers to vote. So make sure you place your votes on this video here in order for me to read the results for each category when the actual show comes out. I'm going to have when the show comes out on the description and in the comment section down below, so be sure to check that out. All right, enough talk. Let's go into my nominees for the category of best JRPG of 2023 for Cali Q. Let's jump into the nominees. Nominee number 1, we have Sea of Stars. Now this was an indie JRPG that came out earlier this year and caught everyone by storm. This game sold incredible for what it is. It left a big impact on everybody, and even I bought it on day 1 to see what all the hype was about and to see what this brand new studio could bring to the JRPG table. So I had to throw Sea of Stars up in here just to see how well it can hold up against some of my other favorite JRPGs that dropped this year. So our first nominee, you gotta have Sea of Stars. Since we are already talking about the stars, you gotta go ahead and throw Star Ocean the Second Story R in here. Now yes, this is a remake, but this is like a totally brand new game and a totally brand new experience. I've been very vocal about how I feel about Star Ocean the Second Story R remake, and I don't know, man, this game is just off the chain. It's one of the highlights of the year for me, but just like every other nominee and contender, I have to put it in the list to go against its other competition and competitors. So I got to keep it real and I got to keep it fair. So that's why we're also throwing in Star Ocean the Second Story R to see if it can pull through against its other competition this year. 2023 was packed full of some great games, so I threw Star Ocean in here as well. My second nominee is Star Ocean the Second Story R. My third nominee is Octopath Traveler 2. Now this game caught me by surprise. I didn't play it until later in the year, and you know what? I'm really feeling it. I like it a lot, and I think it was a nice experience to have. I'm kind of a little mad that I skipped it when it actually came out, but I'm glad I got around to it. So this is my third nominee, Octopath Traveler 2. Now you guys might not have seen this one coming, but at number 4 nominee, I have Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. That is a mouthful, but I had to throw in Mega Man because I'm a huge fan of this series, and it came out this year and it did relatively pretty good. Even though now things are kind of quiet on the Mega Man front, this game or this collection did make some noise this year. So I wanted to throw this in just to give it a little bit more recognition because I don't hear a lot of people talking about it, but it did sell quite well. So number 4, and wrapping up my JRPG nominees, is Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. And those are my JRPG nominees for 2023. Now, some of you guys might be a little surprised that I don't have more JRPGs on there, but quite simply, I've been busy, guys. I have not had the chance to play as many JRPGs as I've wanted to. However, I told y'all I'm being all the way real, and those are the 4 games that I've really got my hands on and that I wanted to include. And they were some of my favorite, so it is what it is. Now moving on to another category, fighting games. Let's go. Nominee number 1 is Street Fighter 6. You guys know I've played this game a lot this year. This game has been featured on my channel a lot, and it is my first nominee for Best Fighting Game of the Year. Let's go ahead and move into fighting game number 2. Nominee number 2 is Mortal Kombat 1. I did play this game this year, and by default I have to include it because it is one of the fighting games that I played this year, and I have my opinions on it, but it's also in the lineup for fighting game of the year. Number 2 is Mortal Kombat 1. Yes guys, only 2 nominees for best fighting game of the year because honestly those are the only fighting games that I played this year. So short section, you guys guess which one might win that. However, let's jump into the next category. This one is going to be the toughest, and that is most anticipated for 2024 that was revealed or showed off or I covered this year. Let's jump into the category. Now, nominee number 1 is Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remasters. Now, a little backstory on these were actually supposed to drop this year in 2023, but they were delayed to 2024, automatically making them one of my most anticipated releases for next year. So we gotta have Suikoden 1 and 2 HD in this list because man, I cannot wait to play these games again in beautiful, glorious HD. Nominee number 2 is Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes, which is the spiritual successor to the Suikoden series. I've been very vocal about this game. You guys should know already that this game is on the top of my list for most anticipated, but in all fairness, I have to put it against other contenders to see if it can really come out on top. Nominee number 2 is Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes, dropping in April of 2024. Nominee number 3 is Tekken 8. Now, I've had the chance to play the closed beta test for Tekken 8 and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And this game is dropping in January, so I'll be able to play this game really soon. That's just next month, but I'm throwing it on the category for most anticipated because it definitely has a chance to win in this category as well. So nominee number 3 is Tekken 8, dropping in January. Now, rounding off my most anticipated games that I'm aware of is Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Man, this game caught me off guard. I love everything about the way it looks, and I'm super duper excited to get my hands on this game. I believe this game comes out early 2024 as well, but when I first seen this game, I was stunned, and when I still look at this game, I am stunned. So I have to throw it on the list, making this a very hard category for me of most anticipated of 2024 so far. And that rounds out my most anticipated for 2024. Now again, there may be some games announced in the meantime, but these are the ones that I currently know about, that I'm currently hype about. Now it's time for the final category, the most important category. It is my game of the year for 2023. Let's check the nominees. Nominee number 1 is Star Ocean: The Second Story R. Overall, this game was just phenomenal. JRPG or not, it was one of my favorite gameplay experiences of 2023, and words cannot put into expression how much I really enjoyed seeing Star Ocean make a great comeback. So nominee number 1 is Star Ocean: The Second Story R. Now, nominee number 2 is Like a Dragon Gaiden: The Man Who Erased His Name. Now, I've been a lifetime Yakuza fan, and this game was just a nice treat to play, just to see where Kiryu's stories was taking him, and I really enjoyed this entry. It was just a nice, solid Yakuza entry, but I think that it deserves to be in my Game of the Year nominees because it's just that nice, classic Yakuza goodness. So Like a Dragon Gaiden is in the nominees for my Game of the Year. Nominee number 3 is Street Fighter 6. Man, I love fighting games. Street Fighter 6 was quite a treat for me this year, and I have to put it in the contender for my favorite game of the year. I've spent a lot of hours on this game, guys. I've played a lot of online battles. I've played a lot of fights. I've done a lot of everything on Street Fighter 6, including that world tour mode. Man, I just had a lot of fun and put in a lot of hours on this game, so I have to throw in Street Fighter 6 as a nominee for contender of Game of the Year. Now for number 4, we have Sea of Stars, the indie JRPG or JRPG inspired RPG title by the Canadian studio Sabotage Studios. This game was phenomenal. I had a lot of fun with this game. It was not perfect, but it brought me back to that nice classic JRPG style of game. And you know what? It made a lot of noise, and I think it deserves to be on the contender list for Game of the Year. It sold very well. It's won a lot of awards, and I think this game should deserve a spot in my contenders for Game of the Year. And there you have it, guys. I'm starting off small for my first annual Cali Q Games Awards. We got to take it easy and we got to start off small. Next year, I'm going to try to add more categories and add more games into the lineup. However, this is what I was able to play this year, and this is what I was able to honestly get my hands on. No fake stuff over here. I don't just want to include games, guys, to just throw them on the list. This is all real, and these are all the games that I've played with my own two hands. If you're a real one and you made it to this part of the video and you watched the entire nominee countdown, I want you to say 4. Because that's how many categories that we have in our award show this year. But once again, guys, I'm doing something for my subscribers. Be sure to comment all 4 categories that we have, what each top game for your choice. It can be any game of 2023, not just from my nominees. Any game. I want you to comment in all 4 categories, and I'm going to add all the totals up, and then I will have a section in my award show for my subscribers specifically. So let your voice be heard, let your voice be known. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for getting hyped with me on these nominees. This is the best gaming award show on the platform. Nobody else do it the way that we do it, guys. All right. The award show will be posted on December 22nd. A nice little holiday treat before you guys go and enjoy it with your family. So remember, December 22nd is when the show will debut. I'll see y'all then. Love you guys, man. God bless. Have a beautiful day.